Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Topeka in Kansas. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling start to your day. My day has been off to a busy start with almost back-to-back meetings. And so get off one, prepare for the next one, and get back on that one. In between responding to messages and everything else, and it's sort of like being crazy. And then I looked at the time and went, oh, I haven't done my live yet for the day. So here we are. So today is Tune-Up Tuesday. Woohoo! So for your mindset, I want you to think, for your mindset, do something for someone else. It's always good when you can turn around and do something for someone else without expecting anything in return. It gives you such a sense of accomplishment and makes you happy, especially when you see the joy on their face, the wow. It gives them the wow factor, and what you receive back from that is just so worth it. It just, for me, when I do something for somebody else, and get their reaction, that just fills me up. It just makes my heart sing with joy and love and happiness, and makes my day even more super fantastic and sparkling. So for your mindset, it's do something for someone else today. For your business, what is your hero story? What did you do above and beyond the call of your business that helped save something for a client, whether it was a product they had purchased, a trip they had booked? What is something that you went above and beyond to help a client with? And it, you know, they may have just paid, they just may be doing, they may have bought a small product and something went wrong with it, but you went above and beyond to help get that product correct for them, or to correct a service that had been, a missed service that had been done to them, or their booking may not have been correct on a travel thing, even though according to your records everything was correct, but when they got there it was all screwed up. What did you do that went above and beyond what you needed to do to save the day for your client? So think back on that one, and please share your stories. Share your stories. Stories are, I was hearing today about you know, building your story bank, having those stories there that you can then put, hey, we once had a client who blah 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 blah, and this is what we did, blah 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 blah, you know, or we once had a client use our product and this is what they found. It's so important to be able to share these stories, and even just the personal stories too are great to share as well. Your Tune-Up Tuesday theme this week is, for your fun, is all about the 60s. Yep, we're going back to the 60s. I'm back on Disc Jockey and looking at the top 100 songs from the 60s. Number one, which absolutely floored me, I didn't even realize the song came out in the 60s, but it came out in 1969, was Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. I was sort of like, oh my gosh, that's such a good song. Number two was Shout by Otis Day and the Knights Brothers. Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. The Way You Look Tonight by Frank Sinatra. Twist and Shout by the Beatles. At Last by Etta James. What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. Man, what a classic song that is. I love that song. My Girl by the Temptations. Oh my gosh, how many times have you sung that song over the years? I Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley with the Jordanaires, sorry. Oh, and one of my favorite songs from the 60s, The Twist by Chubby Checker. Those are the top 10 songs from the 60s. If you want to see, Mustang Sally's in there with Wilson Pickett. Love that song. Wouldn't it be? Oh, there's the Beach Boys are appearing in there as well. I'm just scrolling down and seeing what other ones. I Got You Babe by Sonny and Cher. Oh my gosh, there's some classics in here. Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. I know the Beatles were in there a lot. God Only Knows by the Beach Boys. Let's see what other ones are in here. Love and Marriage by Frank Sinatra. That was a good song. That was a good theme song for Married with Kids. Loved that program. You've Lost That Love and Feeling by the Righteous Brothers. Oh my gosh, I gotta go watch Top Gun. The other day, what were we doing the other day? There was something the other day that brought up one of the songs from Top Gun. And it was last week when we were doing the 50s. There was Great Balls of Fire from the 50s, which I thought, oh, maybe I'll go watch Top Gun. Well, I didn't get a chance to do that, but now I'm seeing You've Lost That Loving Feeling, which they sing in Top Gun as well. And so I think maybe I do need to go watch Top Gun again. It's been a while. It's been a while. Let's see, Suspicious Minds with Elvis Presley. Let's see what other ones are on here that are catching my... I Heard It Through the Grapevine by Marvin Gaye. Oh, Georgia on My Mind by Ray Charles, I Say a Little Prayer by Aretha Franklin. That came out in the 60s? Wow. There's a lot of songs on here that I know that I grew up with. You know, California Girls and Barbara Ann by Beach Boys. All My Loving by the Beatles. Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf. Oh my gosh. Down on the Corner by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Oh, there's just such great songs in here, and I didn't realize that they came out in the 60s. So go have fun doing some dance moves to the 60s today, or just enjoy the tunes from the 60s. Like I said, there's some great songs in here, and some, like every time I pull out one of these decades and I go and pull up this list on Disc Jockey for the top 100 songs in that decade, I am amazed by some of the songs that are on there, because they're songs that I know from my childhood and my teenage years and stuff, and I didn't even realize that they came out, you know, in those decades, like in the 50s or the 60s or the 70s. Well, some of them in the 70s, because that's when I heard them. But even now, when I look back, you know, Sweet Caroline, that's been around since 1969. And I'm sort of like, wow, I didn't even realize that came out in the 60s. I only just made it into the 60s, but still, I thought it was a little later in the 70s. I thought it was like mid-70s. No, I was sort of like way off on that one. But I always love going back and seeing the top songs. So if you want to check out some of these top songs, go to discjockey.org, and they have the top 100 songs of, and they've got the decades there, and you can go through them. And surprising how many songs, when I actually look through these lists, that I thought, oh, I know that, oh, I like that song, oh, I haven't heard that song for a while, oh, I remember the movie, oh, I remember that movie, and it will prompt me to go watch a movie. So in this case, we're going to go watch Top Gun. We saw it last week. We saw it last week in Great Balls of, didn't see it last week, but saw the song Great Balls of Fire listed, which of course they sing in Top Gun, and now they've got You've Lost That Love and Feeling in here in Top Gun. Oh, Unchained Melodies in there as well with the Righteous Brothers. Oh, might have to go watch Ghost now. But just looking through these songs and seeing, you know, thinking of some of the movies that they've been in. Oh, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. I love that song. I didn't realize it came out in the 60s. I thought it was more 70s. 1968 that one came out. Oh, When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge. What a great year, 1966. Man, you just don't realize how old some of these songs are. It's incredible. I mean, 1966, I was born in 66. So, you know, these songs from 66. When a man loves a woman. Oh, I love these. Fly Me to the Moon came out then too. Oh. Anyway, I got to get off here. I've got to go quickly grab some lunch and then get ready for another meeting. But have a super fantastic, sparkling day. And remember, your challenges today for your mindset. Do something for someone else without expecting anything in return. For your business, what is your hero story? What is that one thing that you did for that client where you went above and beyond the call of your business to save the day for a client? And then your fun one is all about the tunes of the 60s. Have a super fantastic, sparkling day, and we will catch you guys later. He konera.